Yeah, hello everybody. So I'm Jouni Arot, the CTO of Process OPC, and as Stefan mentioned, you've been hearing a lot of theory so far, and I believe now you want to know how you can really start doing something using products or start to develop your own OPC UA functionality to your systems, or however you want to continue from this. And I'm going to talk about some practical tools that will help you with that. Short introduction to Process OPC. We are a similar company like Unified Automation. We are specialized in providing tools for developers, but also applications for end users to help with the OPC UA in general, so that you don't need to know all the details. We provide the expertise on that, and also, of course, training and consultation and these kind of things. But let me get on with the real agenda for today. So I'll have three main topics. First, I'll talk about the free test applications that will be very helpful for you, whatever you are doing with OPC UA. They will help you to learn and test also connections to existing applications, other applications, and so on. The second part is about end user products, where and how you will find the products that you need and how to verify that they fill or fulfill your needs, and how to talk or mention concepts like profiles and certification and the product catalog. There'll be Paul and Alex talking after me more about the certification, but I'll mention how it relates to the products in general. And the last part is about developer tools, and I'll talk about two main concepts, the stacks and SDKs, software developer kits. So the first thing I want to introduce you to help you get your hands dirty, so-called, you need to get some applications to work with. There are free test applications available from OPC Foundation. They're included in the so-called .NET Legacy project from the GitHub repository of OPC Foundation. But then there are also applications from some companies like Unified Automation, Process OPC, and Matricon that help you use test servers or simulation servers, demo servers, so that you have something to run your connections against, and you can get some client applications, UA Expert, Process OPC UA Browser, Matricon OPC UA Explorer, with which you can connect to these demo or simulation servers, and then you can play around with OPC UA communication within your own computer. But these will also be very helpful when you try the real applications, real servers, and you need to check out what's included, what kind of variables are available, and so on. So these test clients will help with that. Also, if you have other client applications like SCADA applications, MES, you can try a connection to the simulation servers work before you try to connect them with the real applications. These are also very helpful when you training people or demonstrating OPC UA, or simply learning yourself all the details about the technical details that Uwe mentioned shortly. You need to spend some time on your own to get into it really. Okay, but then you need to get the end user products, meaning off-the-shelf products that fill your needs, and these are then in different categories. OPC UA is quite vast in features, as Uwe explained, so not all applications support all the features. Not all of them are similar. Some of them are standalone that run in PC level computers. Some are embedded in PLCs or other industrial hardware already. You need to know if you're looking for a client or a server solution, or maybe both. And all in all, you need to know which OPC UA profiles you need support for. I will mention a bit more details about the profiles shortly, but they are then also related to certification. And in general, when you look for end user products, it's good to check if they are certified by the OPC Foundation. That will guarantee that there is already a certain level of interoperability that is tried and tested, and you can be more relaxed when you start using these applications, that they really do what they're supposed to do. Okay, so the OPC UA profiles are subsets of functionality. You don't always need all OPC UA features, so the profiles help you to identify which features certain products really support, if they support security, for example, if they support enough subscriptions for your needs, if they support PubSub or just client server and these kind of things. These are all classified by the profiles. Also, the support for different company specifications is defined by the profiles. And these are also a target for certification, so that when the products are certified, they are labeled according to the profiles that they really support. And the details of the profiles are listed on this web page managed by OPC Foundation. It relates to the OPC UA Part 7, the profiles specification. And this is more like an online version of that specification. There are details about the server profiles and client profiles, and these are classified in full feature profiles that are like the base level, and then there are these extra facets that add more functionality on top of these full profiles. Alex and Paul will talk more about the certification that then targets these, but in general, the value proposition of the product certification is that you have proven reliability and interoperability between the applications. You have faster configuration, startup with fewer support calls, because you already know that these are supposed to work as they promise. You have minimal integration risks, and you can go towards the target of plug and play, that you just buy different application systems from different vendors and they're supposed to work out of the box with each other. And you can look for this logo, certified for compliance, that the products can use to show that they have been certified. But also you can go to the OPC Foundation website to look for certified products, and there you can search for the functionality that you need. You can use filter categories. If you search for server applications, you find a list of companies that have servers available, and then you can open the details of the companies and check which profiles these applications are certified for. Or when you click the link for the application itself, you get more details about the specifics of that application. You can also search for Modbus, for example, and then you will find Process OPC UA Modbus server, for example, which is certified against the UA standard server profile, and so on. Okay, but then the next topic is how about developing OPC UA functionality, how about adding OPC UA to your existing products if you're a vendor that needs OPC UA support. And here we're talking about different tools, and the first thing and first concept I want to talk about is the programming model. We have a kind of layered model for the OPC UA application development. We have the stack layer. The stacks provide interoperable OPC UA communication, including message encoding, security, and transport. And this is the level of where we can test against interoperability between different implementations. The OPC Foundation is providing stacks for several languages, for Java, .NET, and C, C++. But there are also other implementations, open source implementations, also available for other languages available. But then on top of this stack layer, there is a certain functionality that every application, both on the client and the server side, needs to actually implement. They need to manage connections, sessions, subscriptions. They need to define contents of the address space, which is the concept defined by OPC UA, where the server exposes the data that is available. And this is done through different nodes, as Uwe explained in his technical speech. And the node management is important both on the server side and the client side. And it's a basis for information models in general. And there's different level of support for information models in the applications and also in the SDKs that are available. You are of course free to do this level yourself on top of the stack, but it's a lot of work, so not necessarily recommended. But and that's actually the reason why there are SDK products available in the market, where all this functionality is already tried and tested for you and works as a higher level of interoperable basis. Anyways, your application code comes on top of these layers, and there you can concentrate on your own application design. That's the basic idea. And OPC Foundation is providing stack implementations for different languages, and these are available from the GitHub repository of OPC Foundation. The main reference implementation is nowadays the .NET standard version. It actually comes also with a sample SDK layer, but the actual promise is for the stack layer. There's also legacy implementations for .NET Classic, Java, and ANSI C. And the legacy here means that they are no longer actively developed for new features, but they are still maintained for security updates and things like that. So still very valid. And these are very widely used in many commercial applications, and many SDKs are using these stacks and might have worked out of these a little bit, but anyways, OPC Foundation has been actively trying and testing these designs with each other for interoperability. There are other open source stacks available in the market, and you can go and look for that. There are versions for Python, Node, JS, and so on as well. OPC Foundation stacks are available under dual license mode. There's a GPL license available for everybody. That's more suitable for non-commercial use due to the GPL GNU public license limitations, which you need to study if you are not familiar with them yet. The basic limitation is that GPL says that if you use GPL code, then your code must be GPL as well. The other alternative is the RCL license, which is more suitable for commercial use. This is available for OPC Foundation members, basically, but the commercial SDK vendors also can distribute the stack along with the SDKs using the RCL license, so they are also fully commercially available. And basically it means that you are free to distribute your own applications without any limitations to your own customers in the end. And the next level of developer tools is the SDK, the software development kit level, and these are available from different vendors. I have listed the most active OPC Foundation members that have tools for Java, .NET, and C++. We have Process OPC, Unified Automation, Softing, OPC Labs, Unified Automation again for the C, C++, and Softing, and Matricon OPC also for the C, C++ SDKs. But there are other SDKs in the market as well, and you need to check which one fits best for your needs, which has the best support for the profiles you need, and so on and so on. You can search for the SDK products also from the OPC Foundation product catalog, but you need to go to the all products category. SDKs are not really certified. There are certificates mentioned for some SDKs. In these cases, it means that some sample applications have been certified by the OPC Foundation, but it doesn't mean that if you take such an SDK for yourself, your application would be also certified right away. You still need to do your own job and take your own application to certification by OPC Foundation, and they will verify the full functionality and against the profiles that you support, and so on and so on. But the SDKs give you a really firm basis for your own development, and therefore they are really recommended in any case. The obvious benefits for commercial SDKs are the professional quality that they come with, documentation, support for full OPC UA feature set. Typically, they are constantly improved and updated when OPC UA specifications are updated, which is happening all the time still. There's maintenance and support available with different plans. There's warranty and liability, and they are certified in practice by many applications typically. And all in all, it's a faster time to market for your own application as well if you take a high-level SDK for yourself. But this is the evaluation that you need to do yourself, which one fits best for your needs and which one you find financially most beneficial. These are typically also long-term solutions. There is a team behind the products, and you are guaranteed to have support for several years from now on, so that you don't need to be worried. Typically, the applications you develop will be in the market 5 to 10 years at least, I would say. And you can find more details about the certification from the OPC Foundation website. I also recommend to look at the website for other resources. If you go to the resources menu, you will find the certificates themselves, which are nowadays available on online repository as well. You will find the sample applications and links to GitHub and so on and so on. Alex and Paul will talk more about the certification in the next talk, so I'm not going to those details in general, but that's good to know. And anyways, look for this logo, certified for compliance, that gives you a certain guarantee of success. And the new products are appearing on the website constantly as well. Okay, so that was it, but there's one more thing. We often get the question that, okay, OPC UA is nice, but how about this, that we have a lot of existing OPC Classic applications on our site? Can we start using OPC UA with them? And the short answer is yes, you can. There is no limitations. You just need to get certain components that enable this, and these components are called proxy and wrapper components, or sometimes called gateways or tunnelers. And these components can convert between OPC Classic and OPC UA. They can convert between OPC DEA, arms and events, historical data access, And OPC UA includes all of these, so they can all go into the same channel and provide you, first of all, security. And this is the reason why this kind of tunneling is even recommended. If you have no OPC UA applications on your site, you can start tunneling the classic communication over OPC UA, and then you can be more relaxed, take these communications through firewalls between the production network and the office network, for example. And you can get these components from OPC Foundation's .NET Legacy project. There's a free sample available, but I would recommend still the commercial products that are available in the market, and you can do the study for this. There are good products from several companies available. So that was my quick introduction to the hands-on. Thank you very much for that, and questions I think we'll answer later today.